Sangakkara and Athapathu got some runs yesterday, but Harbhajan Singh 7 for 62, and he bowled some top-class deliveries. Kumble equal in support, 2 for 87, and Pathan 1 wicket. Sri Lanka now trail by 192 runs. And a very good afternoon to you, Arun.
Good afternoon, Ranil, and a very good afternoon to all our viewers. Virender Sehwag is going to be the man facing India in an envious position, 192 ahead on a wicket which is wearing. Harbhajan Singh is spectacular, 7 for 62. 10 hundreds for Virender Sehwag, 300, first batsman to get to 300, and Gambhir 100 for him, 350 is the best of 139, average of 36.33, but he's not having a very good time in this series. Needs runs there, Gautam Gambhir, young player with a lot of prospect. First delivery.
Starts with a short one, and he sent it down to third man, right down his throat. So the Sri Lankans have struck off the very first delivery of the second innings. Sehwag followed that short one, and it went down deep third man's throat.
This is the beginning that Sri Lanka wanted. Short ball outside the off stump. This is a shot that he plays. Virender Sehwag couldn't quite control it. I don't see how you can ever control it, but there was third man waiting, and he pouched it. What a wonderful way to begin. 192 behind, 0 for 1 India. Sehwag gone for naught.
Love cricket? Get coached by the legends. Ace Academy have set up development days where you can brush up on your cricketing skills. For £35 you can be coached by the best in cricket, including the likes of Mark Butcher, Darren Gough, Andrew Caddick, Usman Afzal, Vikram Solanki, Chris Lewis, Devon Malcolm and many more.
The break is...
Development days will take place on the following days. The South, the Oval, 7th and 8th of January 2006. The North, Old Trafford, Manchester, 29th of January 2006. The Midlands, Trent Bridge, 25th and 26th of February 2006. These days are open to any age, both sexes and all standards. Call now for details on 0870 757 3132 or visit www.aceacademy.co.uk. There are no boundaries with ACE.
One leg. Two. Center.
VVS Laxman, centurion of the first innings, brought out to the middle to face the second ball of the innings. 69 matches for Laxman. Got his 9th century in the last innings, so 23 half centuries, average over 40, and he's going to face up to Lasith Malinga. He's all fired up. Watchful Laxman, he's got to continue from where he left off.
First ball of the innings, short, way over his shoulder height. Got good contact, but for Virender Sehwag and these shots, the third man is in attacking position. He was waiting under it. That's the third time I'm told that Virender Sehwag has been dismissed on the very first ball. But Sri Lanka have a start.
Yes, from Sri Lanka's point of view, it's a good thing they've picked up a wicket first ball, Arun, because they've got to keep getting wickets to be interested in this game.
Indeed, Ranil, they'd want to keep India within 125, I would suspect, so that they give themselves a chance to stay in the game and maybe even win it. But to do that, Muralidharan has got to really perform, one of those big occasions for Muralidharan.
So the Sri Lankans have that fielders down in the deep. They have a deep third man and a deep fine leg. And one of the things that batsmen do Aronis, they look round the field before they commence batting, and I'm sure Virendra Sehwag would have known there was a deep third man.
Well, it didn't appear that he knew. He may have missed it, or he was trying to play it a lot squarer. Normally tries to play it to backward point, but the third man was square. That's gone for runs. Just one. Got a glove to it.
A bye to start the scoring. And that brings Gambhir to take strike. It's been a tough time for Gambhir. 0 in Chennai and 2 and 3 in Delhi. Got 19 here in the first innings. Seemed to be just getting on top of the bowling before he mistimed a pull shot and was caught at short square leg. End of the first over, and India 1 for 1. ...193 runs is what India lead by. The batsman yet to get off the mark in this innings. Sehwag gone in the very first ball of the second innings, caught by Maroof at deep third man of Lasith Malinga. Now it's going to be Maroof to start proceedings. Partnering Lasith Malinga. Sixth match for Maroof. Came back well yesterday. Day 2, and got the 2 valuable wickets, that of Laxman and Pathan, the 2 top scorers in the Indian first innings. So here's Maroof with the bright new red cherry. His first over, a little bit of stretching.
Well, if you take a closer look, he's taped up his hand. Now that's his bowling hand, the thumb. He's a little injured there. We'll come back to that. That's been played late. He might come back for the second. No, he won't. Coming back to that taped hand. Sometimes the batting side can object if it's on the bowling finger. If it's a spinner, generally we've seen that happen. But here, I don't think he can get any undue advantage with that tape there. It's more to attend to that injury that he has.
Also, Arun, it can be a bit of a distraction to the batsman. A bit of white in between the colour of your skin, the red ball. But of course, it's known that Maroof has hurt his hand a little bit, so there will not be any objections from the batsman. Nicely into position, but can't beat the field.
This is an important inning for young Gambhir. He's got to be composed. Job easier said than done. He's had quite a horrific time in this series. Had a start but looked very anxious in the first innings. He got 19 in the first innings. Just 24 runs so far in this series. This is his 5th inning. So I think he'd want to spend some time at the wicket. Sometimes tension has a different kind of an impact on different players. Some of them sort of climb up, go very defensive, some get very aggressive. We saw him get very aggressive in the first innings. I suspect he knows the importance of this innings, not so much in the context of this particular game, but his career more. A failure here could really set him back maybe even a couple of years, who knows. There is competition breathing down your neck all the time. This is international cricket. You've got to keep your place. You've got to perform.
Gambhir played a superb innings on this ground against the Sri Lankans. Most of this attack was there then, made 100. And of course on that day, nothing would stop him. He played some glorious strokes. And obviously he's been persisted with because it's felt that he's got the potential. It's felt that he can make it at the highest level. Goes off a thick outside edge, and Gambhir is off the mark.
That'll settle some nerves. The run, not the shot though. Bit of movement off the seam for Maruf, taking the edge. Off the seam, just going away from Gambhir. But soft hands. Was defending. That's important. Don't have a firm bottom hand. And then, even if you find the edge, it won't carry.
End of Maruf's over. India 3 for 1.
One down, India. Sehwag gone first ball.
India 3 for 1. Sehwag the batsman out. And it's Malinga with his second over. That's that sharp rising delivery. Gets it around the rib cage of the left-hander. This time it was a little higher. Gambhir a bit of a shorter player.
That was his problem in the first innings. He was sort of hooking at everything. Now they've got those two fielders in the deep for him, for that hook. And he was trying to fend it off. This was a terrific delivery as well. Fortunate for Gambhir that he didn't have a short leg in place. But you can't have fielders everywhere. Especially when you take one in deep square leg, you can't have a backward short leg there. You're only permitted two behind the popping crease. But now it's Lakshman.
We saw Lasith Malinga bowl a lot of these short deliveries earlier on during the first innings as well, when the ball was new, when it was hard. He kept banging it short, pushing the batsman onto the back foot, and occasionally pitching it up. And here he's again. He started off in the same fashion.
Well, he'll be encouraged because he's got a wicket with the first delivery on a short ball. He got Gambhir in the first innings as well. So there's no doubt in my mind that Gambhir is going to be tested with lots of short deliveries.
Problems again with the side screen, and there's Malinga. He's directing the people there. He's getting some to sit, some to move. And now this is going to take even more time. That's a very short one, and it's fairly quick, 139.9 Ks. Malinga's bowled a few over the 140 mark in this game.
With that round arm action, he's got to pitch it very short, so that allows the batsman to take evasive action. But he's very quick indeed, so he makes up for that with his pace.
Nicely played, but well fielded by the captain. A lot of commitment shown by Athapattu then. So it's interesting, Arun, to discuss as to what the Sri Lankans should be doing. They've had a bad tour in the one-dayers. It has gone badly for them in the test matches so far. They've come into the end of it. Some thoughts on how they should go from here on?
Well, they're in a very, very difficult situation at the moment. I think they've got to stay positive. They've got to keep revving themselves up. It's so easy now to start seeing the day when you reach home. It's the end of a tour, a sorry one for them. It's so very easy to, just go with the tide. But you really got to rev things up, stay motivated, believe that you can turn this around. It's a difficult one, I know. But who knows? Stranger things have happened in cricket. India could be all out for 100, 125. You've got to believe that you can do that. Wonderful hit. Beautiful shot. It's almost taken on the rise. Beautifully balanced. VVS Lakshman, he just fluent with his timing. It's 8 for 1. Now that I said it, might be 121.
India 8 for 1. Lakshman on 5. It included a lovely drive in the last delivery of the last over from Lasith Malinga. Absolutely classical shot. Just a little shuffle onto the back foot, then comes forward. Brings the bat down on time, nice and straight, angling it to put it into the gap. Yes, one of the things the Sri Lankans can do is to try and make it as difficult as possible for the Indians. They've got a long session here, 2.5 hours. And during that time, they could try and strangle the Indians as much as possible.
For the moment, they're staying very positive. They've got 2 slips, a gully, a very short cover for Gambhir. They know they can get him. He's vulnerable at the moment. That's well played. That's what he needs to keep doing, Gambhir. Keep the scoreboard ticking. Don't go for any big shots. Just keep it ticking. Stay on the non-striker as much as possible till you get your eye in. When you're not in form, the best thing to do is to stay at the non-striker end, I guess.
Yes, and he's got a man who's in form at the other end, who'd love to take the strike, play as much of the bowling as possible. It's flowing within him, what he did in the first innings. A little bit of in-swing there for Maroof. In fact, it was the in-swinger that dismissed Lakshman in the first innings.
That's his series so far, 69 and 11 in Delhi, and then 104. Good batting form for VVS Lakshman. 104 of 237, that was a marathon innings.
It's a big shout, and is he gone? Yes, it is. Another wicket for Sri Lanka. Billy Bowden raises the finger, and the Indians have lost 2. Lakshman edging that outswinger. Well done, Maroof.
Yes, indeed. Well done, Maroof. This is movement off the seam. He's normally an in-swinger. Take a look at the seam. Just that hint of movement, enough to take that tickle of the outside edge, and they knew they had a big, big one. First innings 100 maker is gone, and India now 9 for
Tendulkar. It's not a big crowd, but they are all expecting the little master to play a big innings. 126th match for Sachin Tendulkar. got into the 20s in the first innings and then got dismissed by Muralidharan. Look at that average, 56.93 per innings.
Also, Ranil, the conversion rate, it's almost every time or every alternate time that he crosses 50, he gets to 100. He's got 41 50s and 35 100s.
That died a little bit after it hit the ground. And so far, the captain must be pretty satisfied with the way it's gone.
Magnificent delivery, totally beating VVS Lakshman. He's normally reputed to be an in-swinger. There was no hint of away movement in the air. It was just so straight, just that wee bit away off the seam. Lakshman, tickle.
End of Maroof's over, just the one run. India 9 for 2. Two batsmen back in the pavilion. Sehwag dismissed by Malinga and Laxman dismissed by Maroof. So India 9 for 2 and they lead by 201 runs overall. Attempt here again. Short outside the off stump, rising. And Gambhir is going to get plenty of those from Malinga.
What's that for? It's a fly spotter, is it? It keeps the flies away. Oh.
I've seen that in Australia, Arun.
Well, so Gambhir now on strike.
Quite comfortable as long as it's around waist height. But the moment it bounces a little higher, that's when it becomes difficult for Gambhir.
Well, people come prepared with lunch boxes and things. This man has come with this very special headgear. This is actually to keep the flies away. It's because they keep making that movement around. Every time you move your head around, the flies fly away. It's very common, I'm told, in Australia.
Yes, there are huge flies in Australia during the summer. But right now, I don't know whether there are any flies here on this stadium. But he's got his gear on.
Yeah, it'll be interesting if you could coat those corks with honey. But we had a lot of bees. We had a swarm of bees here for quite a while on day one.
Very good fielding by Dilshan. Threw himself to stop that. So the Sri Lankans making it hard for the Indians. Bowlers are on the spot. And the fieldsmen are giving them ample support.
Good fielding effort there. Just one slip and a gully. They've got a backward shot leg. They've got two fielders for the hook.
End of the over, 9 for 2. That's the match summary. India 398, Sri Lanka out for 206, all out just before the lunch break. But they've made some sort of a comeback, picking up 2 wickets early in this Indian innings.
Two wickets down for 9. Bit of pressure on Sachin. Just the start that Sri Lanka wanted. 2 down, and they can put a little bit of pressure on India. They can't afford to have a partnership develop.
Tendulkar's off the mark, a thick outside edge brings him a single, and India move on to double figures. 10 for the loss of 2.
Let's take a look at the way Lakshman was dismissed in both innings. Now, that's the first one. In the first innings, he was 104 and the ball came in viciously, and now you're watching the one that left him. So done in with the in-swing and done in with the outswing. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Gambhir puts it away, bit of misfielding, so he'll get a couple. Didn't really get hold of it. A rare miss from Mubarak. He's been very good, in fact, both in the first test and in the first innings of this test match. Kapil Taranga it was who missed it, and Mubarak retrieved the ball, so it wasn't Mubarak.
So it's more than a rare miss. We haven't seen a miss yet.
And here's Mubarak. Comes in quickly, prevents the single. So Maroof has continued to put the ball in the right places. He's concentrated a lot in this match. In the first innings, he bowled some good spells, some very accurate spells. Was rewarded with 2 wickets. He's picked up one now. A very valuable one of VVS Laxman. Once again to the fielder.
He wouldn't mind, that's Maroof wouldn't mind Gambhir going for those drives outside the off stump. He's got 2 slips, a gully, a very square cover fielder for the drive that he can't keep down. So that's exactly the length that he's endeavouring to bowl, and Gambhir so far has been going after the bowling. Could be fraught with danger.
End of the over, India 12 for 2.
जश्न के रंग में ढला है समा, जोश में है हर सितारा, मचलते तरानों पर झूमते कदम। ये है ITA सितारों की धूम, सिर्फ सोनी एंटरटेनमेंट टेलीविजन एशिया पर।
India 12 for 2. They have a lead of 204 runs. Sri Lanka losing their 5 wickets, the remaining 5 wickets between commencement of play and lunch. Only 1.5 hours in that first session, because once again play started half an hour late. There are aren't too many spectators, but enough to make quite a bit of noise here. India are on top of the game, but the Sri Lankans have done a bit of work here in the second innings.
The idea is to bowl very, very straight to Sachin Tendulkar. He's going to rely on the fact that some of the balls are going to keep low. There is a backward short leg in place for Sachin, for that flick, for just that particular shot. There you are, the backward short leg. There's a square leg next to the square leg umpire and a wideish mid-wicket. So he's got a 5-4 field with 2 slips on the offside, so he's endeavouring to bowl very, very straight to him.
We haven't seen any of them keep low so far in this innings. The ball is still hard, it's still new, so there's a lot of bounce. And that bounce starts to get less as the ball gets older. It's a no ball. The very first one then in this innings. Malinga had problems with that front leg in the first innings, kept overstepping regularly. 9 no balls in the first innings, and here's the first one of this innings.
Every time he tries to pitch it short, tends to overstep just a wee bit, but it must require a tremendous amount of energy to get the ball to come up on a wicket like this, which has absolutely no bounce at all.
He's hit that in the gap. No stopping that one. Nicely into position, and he timed it extremely well.
So quickly into position, Sachin Tendulkar. Normally a shot like this goes past point, but this went past extra cover. He was there and waiting. It wasn't that short, and yet he managed to play it past extra cover, so there was no blocking that. Wonderful hit.
Slower delivery from Malinga. 118.9 Ks. So he's mixing it up. He wants to try and make the batsman mistime that slower delivery. But Tendulkar nicely onto his toes. Played it late. Made sure he had control of it. Second no ball of the over. And that one run takes India's lead to 210. That was a big no ball. He's overstepped by a few inches. No question about that. Hasn't gone up to 140, which he's capable of. He bowls even quicker than that. That's the short rising one, and Tendulkar had good control. Got onto the back foot. Not sure he kept it down, and there he goes through the motions.
Well bowled and equally well played. He knows he has a backward short leg, so he managed to keep it down, get the wrists right on top, roll it over, keep the ball along the ground.
Plays it off his pads, down towards mid-wicket, been given chase. As Muralidharan picking it up just inside. A couple of runs for Tendulkar. 7 overs of this innings completed. India 20 for 2. India 20 for 2 in their second innings. Overall lead of 212 runs after Sri Lanka were dismissed for 206 just before the lunch break. Maroof will continue with the bowling, and to continue with the commentaries it will be Jabakar Srinath, and with him Lakshman Shivaramakrishnan.
Thank you, Ranil, and good afternoon, Shivaramakrishnan.
Good afternoon, Sri. A wicket apiece for Malinga and Maroof. They've made the new ball count, and so have you on many occasions. What do you reckon? Bowled well, these two?
No doubt Indians have had an upper hand in this game so far, but I must tell you, the most fascinating hour of cricket was this period. This is excellent bowling. Malinga captured the first wicket straight away. Ball one, bang. Caught at third shot. Caught at third man. And the wicket of Lakshman was very, very special.
He's bowled good line, both to the right-hander and left-hander Maroof.
Maroof, I think he has done extremely well in this test match. Maybe the wicket column might not suggest his efforts. He got 2 wickets in the first innings, but both the dismissals in the first innings were genuine dismissals. Lakshman was bowled in the first innings, and that was a beauty of a delivery. He got the most important wicket of Irfan Pathan. And on both the occasions, the batsmen have not given the wicket. It is the bowler who has taken the wickets. That's one thing Maroof should keep it in mind. Wonderful effort. And today, it was a peach of a delivery for Lakshman.
Tendulkar on strike. Closing the face of the bat. Outside edge. Mubarak can chase. Will get a couple, not convincing enough.
Sachin is lucky on this occasion. Good bowling once again by Maroof. Pitching it in the great areas, and had it hit his pads, he would have been in trouble. Good bowling. Beautifully played, Sachin Tendulkar. Beats the mid-off fielder. Excellent shot. All the way for 4.
Fantastic adjustment to the shot. The initial movement was onto the front foot, then he had to wait and then head over the ball. Watching the ball till the very end. Great timing. Genius.
Look at his stillness in the eyes. He waits. Not much of footwork this time, but effective.
And another one. What a way to end the over. Consecutive boundaries for Tendulkar. It's 31 for 2. Losing 2 early wickets, India, wherein the Sehwag was the first to go. In fact, their first delivery of the second innings got a third man of Malinga, and then it was VVS Lakshman getting 104 in the first innings, just 5 in the second. A great delivery, as Srinath mentioned last over, running the outside edge. And last over, the last two deliveries, memorable.
This one waited on the back foot. Excellent cover drive, and the second one was much better. This time with ease, just squeezes through mid-off, rather mid-on.
Dilshan into the attack. No shot offered. It's a long way forward, Gautam Gambhir. But as a batsman, you're much better off offering a shot.
A lot of action in the past few overs, and this time close shouldering arms is always a chance of calling umpires into action, and this time he's lucky, I would say.
Element of doubt? Very little, very close for me. Certainly is not a big turner of the ball, Dilshan. So with that angle, the ball will head towards the stumps. Just 5 wickets in his career, more of a changed bowler, but a best of 2 for 4 out of that 5 wickets. He's got a slip and a silly point.
Bowling, delete, yeah, mate.
Get the impression Gautam Gambhir is playing for the turn.
This will prove to be a very important innings for Gautam Gambhir.
Oh!
Single. He has struggled toward the innings. Chamindawa sorted him out in the first 2 test matches, followed by this was the previous ball. He believes he can take wicket every ball. Talking about Gautam Gambhir, this innings will assume very high significance for him. He hasn't really scored. Pakistan series is not too far away, and some runs in this game will reinforce the much required confidence in him.
Yeah, just going to talk about that, Sri. It's the confidence. I don't think his place is in doubt. Certainly will find a place in the team. It's the confidence. We'll come back to that in a moment. It's 32 for 2.
Now or never, Kenya, South Africa, USA and UK. It's a grand finale. Who will have the last laugh? Watch the mother of all dance competitions. After all, it's Boogie Woogie. Boom. Only on Sony Entertainment Television Asia.
So India 32 for 2. Sehwag going at no score. Lakshman at 9. Man in the middle of the picture, Mr. Narahari Hameen, the president of the Gujarat Cricket Association. Must be happy with the proceedings.
He has done a wonderful job, Shiva Narahari Hameen, the president of the Gujarat Cricket Association. And every time one visits the stadium, there is an improvement.
And he will look for an improvement as well with that 581. He needs to pick up wickets in a hurry if Sri Lanka are to have a slight chance. I was listening to Arun Nar earlier. He mentioned 125. 32 for 2. If you take Tendulkar out now, anything can happen. And it's good to see the Sri Lankans attacking. Slip, gully, silly point, and there will be a man at 45, shot finally catching, and he's up against Gambhir.
Certainly the last 9 overs has belonged to the Sri Lankans. They have pushed the Indians into the corner.
The point that you're trying to make, I think 32 for 2. Tendulkar's on 17. So the rest of the batsmen have really struggled. Monty, TWI production, this one, going around the world. He set up some people there. The cameraman.
That will encourage Muralidharan. Spin, but not much bounce on this occasion.
There will be the variable bounce. More so on the lower side.
You got to use your bat against Murali. He can get the one which can come back into you. Varying speed, he's slowly gaining momentum.
Made it over from Murali. It's 32 for 2. Tendulkar looking good. There was a bit of bat involved. Had a good shot in the last over against Gambhir. Here Tendulkar, just a tentative defense, big inside edge. Normally those pads that Sachin Tendulkar wears, the ball does bounce a great deal in a long way. Very close indeed. Fortunate to survive, Tendulkar.
Keep going, keep going.
Now he's getting a taste of the wicket, Dilshan. And he has not done badly in the last 2 overs. In fact, Tendulkar has not really had a good measure of Dilshan.
Oh, bowling.
His eyes tell a story. That is the near thing. He almost played it on, and look at him.
Meditation.
Bowling.
I would go to sleep if I close my eyes for such a long time.
You're a lucky man, you.
That's why I didn't bat.
Is that the reason you got run out so many times? Just the single, but the guys who can sleep like that, they're gifted. I tell you, it's God's gift. That's the best meditation.
I would not recommend anybody to do that. Keep your eyes wide open.
And he will. Gautam Gambhir, he needs to get runs.
He would not close his eyes, but
Okay, that's fine. Oh, bowling.
Good delivery to end the over. Just 1 run from it. 11 overs gone. It's 33 for 2 and it will be drinks.
Love cricket? Get coached by the legends. Ace Academy.
And VVS Lakshman was got to a very good delivery. Caught behind. First to go was Sehwag.
Instincts completely taking over. He knows there is a third man, but he could not control this time. Malinga is excited. Shot wide outside the off stump. A bouncer which could have been left harmlessly to the wicketkeeper. This is a beauty to watch. A treat for any fast bowler to watch. Great lines, unresponsive wickets. And the situation with which these guys are bowling is something you need to consider. They are down. Malinga did his best in this little short spell of his, 4 overs, and captured the wicket of Virendra Sehwag. Maroof, top class. 1 wicket, and it's now Dilshan and Muralidharan operating from either ends.
It's been very impressive. Parvez Maroof. He's got a lot of years ahead of him. Bat quite decently as well. So the all-rounder in the making for Sri Lanka. The field for Tendulkar on the leg side. Men in the deep square leg, deep mid-wicket. And the mid-on, fairly deep. Forward short leg, backward short leg and a slip. It was the top spinner.
Top spinner. That doesn't turn much. It's more of an angle.
Bowling.
Initial stride was to give it the charge, but then he changed his mind, Tendulkar.
He has come with a certain plan this time, Sachin Tendulkar.
Once one. Gambhir is quick too. Well judged single.
Talking about Gambhir's career, now he's in a stage where he's been seen by the entire world, the cricketing world. They know what he plays. Technology supports you with a pedantic details about where you play, how you play, and this is his test career. 661 runs, but the 36.72 is his average, but that will not really give you a clear picture. He has got runs against some weaker teams, Bangladesh, Zimbabwe.
Bowling.